Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Josh, joshhallmusic.com. This is the Shavasana Kitty YouTube channel. And if you're just dropping in, you've never seen me before, hey, welcome. If you are returning, even better. And if you subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, today's lesson is called This Is Always True. And it's really about music's DNA. And this is true of all music all over the world. It's the most kind of fundamental structural thing that pretty much everything of music is based on. And it has to do with the distance between notes. And so if you've ever, sat down with your guitar and you were like, the note E is right here, and you were like, why is the note F right there and the note G right there? Well, the answer has to do with natural phenomenon and the people thousands of years ago who were playing music and decided to give it a representation that showed where particular notes were and how far away they were from each other. So I'm going to share a little screen here because this lesson is really about developing a practice so you can internalize how far away notes are. Give yourself a way to do it. It's not the only way to do it, it's just a way to do it. And like any practice, if you do it, it might actually help you. So here we go. Here is a little thing. So what I've done here is I have set up and I'm just going to move it here so I can see it better. I've set up 7 little grids, and I used a ruler and a pencil and a piece of paper. And I set up 12 equal spots. Each of these little spaces is an equal distance away. These are called half steps, each of these little squares. And I started with the note A because that's the first letter of the alphabet in the musical language. We have notes A to G. And so the way that these notes actually land, not just on the guitar, but on any instrument, can be measured in these specific distances in an equal temperament system. So the note A is right here. There is a blank half step, and then there's the note B. And so that distance would be like going 5th fret high E string to the 7th fret of the high E string, A to B, like so. Now, you'll notice that the note B and C are right next to each other. It's because sonically, a long time ago when people were listening to these sounds, they said B and C are right next to each other. B, it's a different kind of sound than A to B. And that distance is a half step. C to D is a whole step. D to E is a whole step. E to F is another half step. F to G is a whole step. And I left these two blank. G up to here, a whole step, will be G to A. And on the next sheet, I fill that in. But this is like the structure of all of music. That distance is 100% all the time. It never changes. I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. And I'm going to share a different page. So here is not the one I wanted. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to do this again. I want this one. There it is. Good. So now we should see that I've completed the A up here, and then I wrote it starting from B. Notice B and C are always right next to each other. E and F are always right next to each other. And everything else is separated by a blank spot. So one distance is a half step. B to C is a half step. E to F is a half step. C to D is called a whole step. And this is true all the time. So what the practice is, take a blank sheet of paper. These are 1/2-inch blocks that I've made. And I made 13 of them, I believe. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks. And then I drew little things for all 7 of them. And if you do this, go through and just start on each unique note. Start on D, do it. Start on E, do it. Start on G or F, do it. Start on G. You'll come back around and then you'll be back at A. And you'll have done all 7 of the notes. And you will start ingraining how far away they are. Now, on the guitar, this is actually visually easy to see because it's just like the frets. If I start on the open B string and I walk up, B, first fret C, whole step up from there is D, whole step up from there is E, half step up is F, whole step up is G, whole step up is A, and then whole step up from A, I get to B again. And that is true, always, no matter what. If I change the tuning on my guitar, I come up with a new note, it's still gonna land with this relationship. If I start on E, let's say I start on E on the high E string. E is an open string. F is a first fret. G is a whole step higher. A is a whole step up from that. Whole step up from that is B. And then C, half step. Whole step up from there is D. Whole step up from there is E again. And it just always is, no matter what. And so the practice is to go through and do these 7 for yourself. Take a sheet of paper, take a pencil. If you got a ruler, great. If you need to use a book, if you don't have a straight edge, or something like that, and just write it out. If you have a photocopier, I would do 20 double-sided pages. Then you have a 40-day practice and do it for 40 days. If you do, chances are really good you will ingrain these distances into your understanding. When you look at the guitar, you will start to see that and you'll know where the notes are. You'll know where they are. So that if you're playing like, I don't know, like a C power chord, you'll know that D is a whole step up from it and E is a whole step up from that. And you won't be confused. And I think that is super useful, especially when there are so many different things that you can learn to play on the guitar. And if you know what notes you're playing, it makes it that much easier. So, if you found this useful, like, comment, subscribe. Like any practice, you have to do it. If you don't do it, then you won't get any results. Is this the only way to learn notes on the neck? Is this the only way to understand how notes are spaced? Of course not. But it certainly is one way. And if you play like the trumpet or you play like the clarinet, seeing these distances is a lot harder. On the guitar, it's how it's set up. Set up that way on the ukulele, the bass, any fretted instrument, in fact. It's always this way. So you can pick up the banjo, and within a few minutes, you could probably be playing a whole host of things. So, good luck. Let me know how your practice goes, and we'll see you next time.